So listen, what's going on, y'all? This is AP. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel right here. I appreciate y'all. You already know. And there was a lot of MCs, a lot of rappers getting busy in 2021. I'm gonna give y'all my top 5 MCs, top 5 lyricists of 2021. And I'm gonna set it off with a couple honorable mentions. I have to set it off for y'all. Honorable mentions are people that I thought, we're definitely getting busy in 2021, but for whatever reason, for whether it be lack of material that they didn't release this year, or whether it just be, another reason, just the floodgates it was only so many people I could put in my top 5. I'm just gonna list them as people who definitely deserve to be in my top 5, but just didn't crack it. Honorable mention number 1 goes to Conway the Machine. Conway released 2 albums this year. The Big Ghost LTD project, If It Bleeds, and then he released the La Maquia album, which was 2 very good albums. I thought the Big Ghost album was the better of the 2, but definitely Conway hasn't lost a step whatsoever. Conway is in his prime. Honorable mention number 1. If I can say it, can I say it? Honorable mention number 2 goes to my guy, Hus Kingpin, which is one of my favorite MCs right now. I mean, he was getting busy this year. Hus has been getting busy for the last couple years, actually. He's been releasing mad projects, a lot of music on a regular basis, and his lyrics are so smooth and so potent. I love me some Hus Kingpin. He just dropped 2 albums actually 3 albums within the last 3 months. So shout out to Hus Kingpin, bro. Definitely deserving of being in the top 5. Hus is actually my favorite MC right now, yo. He stays in constant rotation. Another honorable mention is another MC that I love. Shout out and free the man, Dark Low. Dark Low had an absolutely amazing 2021. The guy released 3 albums back to back to back. He knew he was only going to be out of jail for a little bit of time, so he was just rushing and hurrying up, trying to fire up, get these videos out, get the music out. Dark Low's name doesn't ring bells and doesn't get mentioned enough when it comes to top lyricists and top MCs. Shout out to Dark Low, another honorable mention. And can't forget about Rome Streetz. Rome Streetz had a busy year. He did mad features. Then he had the album that he dropped with Ransom that I was a late bloomer to and should have made my top 10 albums of 2021, but it didn't crack the official top 10. That album with Ransom, very, very good album. Like I said, I was late to the party. So, you know what I'm saying? Once it really started to grow on me, which is just like over the last week and a half, that album started to grow on me. Definitely a dope album. Rome definitely complimented Ransom on that album. Rome is a superior MC. He had a guest verse on Westside Gun, one of Westside Gun's albums that dropped. I think it was Hitler Wears Hermes. I can't remember which one, the number 7 they were up to or whatever, or 8, the B-side. Rome had a verse on there. He absolutely killed it and stole the track. Very dope. Shout out to Rome Streetz. Now let's get into top 5. Number 5 is Bub Styles. A lot of y'all might not know about Bub Styles. Bub Styles is the cold cut king of the cold cut king of the city. Listen, Bub Styles is an MC from BK. Bub has had a very, very busy year. He's not so much of a new and upcoming artist as much as he is an underground artist. So a lot of people haven't heard from him, but his style is rugged, is rough. I mean, he definitely got the flows, definitely is a lyricist, and he reminds me, and if you listen to him, he reminds you a lot of my guy Billy Danze from MOP, the way his voice and interjection sounds and the ruggedness and the raspiness and the roughness and of his style and of his voice. I love me some Bub Styles. He had a busy year. He actually dropped 4 albums this year. One was a collaborative project with Chubbs, which came out a couple months ago. Then he dropped Bub Dini, the Escape Artist, which came out, towards in the summertime, towards the end of the summer. Then he had The Land of Silk and Money, which came out. And then he had an album that came out at the top of this year called Outerwear SZN. So definitely check out Bub Styles if you're unfamiliar with him. Yo, the boy gets busy. Number 4, Skyzoo. Skyzoo, I mean, All the Brilliant Things was an amazing album. It was my favorite overall album of 2021. Skyzoo has been putting in work for the last couple years. He only released this one project this year, but the one project was amazing. Skyzoo, very dope, supreme lyricist. And it was hard to construct this top five because it's like you want to put people higher, you don't want to leave people out, but Skyzoo, yo, had to give Skyzoo number 4. Papoose was number 3. I think Pap was probably the hardest working MC of this year. He came out with literally an album for every single month out of this year. He was dropping an EP of like 5 to 7 or 8 songs every month. And the amount of material he was putting out was massive. And he had quality production. Pap had some dope producers he was working with. He worked with Primo this year. He worked with Timbaland this year. He did some collaborative work with Lil Wayne and some other artists. And Pap was just, Pap always just murders lyrically every beat he gets on. A lot of MCs out here can't deal with Pap. So I had to put Pap in at number 3. Number 2, RJ Payne. Listen, RJ Payne, he had another year that was dope. He came out with Leatherface 3 this year, one of my favorite albums to drop this year. Now, RJ Payne is just a spitter. I mean, he's a MC to the core. Like if you look up definition of MC or lyricist, yo, you're gonna see RJ Payne's picture right there. What can I say about RJ Payne? Leatherface 3 was dope. Eminem even this year said that RJ Payne was one of his favorite rappers, favorite MCs. Number 1 goes to Ransom. Ransom is just rhyming and flowing at a level and a quality, a proficiency that no other MC in the game is flowing at right now. The way Ran puts his words together, the preciseness and the precision that he uses when he surgically does his raps, his rhymes, nobody is seeing Ransom right now. He released the EP 7 at the top of the year, which was very dope. Very dope EP produced by Nicholas Craven. Then he had the album with Big Ghost LTD, Heavy is the Head, which was a classic album. Easily was in my top 2 albums of 2021. And that album was dope. To me, it was a hip hop classic. Just a couple months ago, him and Rome Streetz dropped their album, Coup de Grace. That album with him and Rome Streetz really absorbed my soul. Once I started listening to it heavy and putting it in serious rotation, that's one of the best albums of 2021. Nobody is seeing Ransom right now, just simply put. So I had to put him clearly as number 1. And it's some distance for sure, definitely. Thank you for watching. As always, I definitely appreciate y'all. Much love. And I will check y'all later. Peace.